Hello, everybody, and welcome your faces back to Crypto Jet, where today we'll be talking about Tezos or XTZ. Now, without further ado, we're going to get right into the platform. But before we do, please let me know if you enjoyed the video by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and dropping a comment or question down below. Let's move on. The first thing that I noticed researching this coin is that the daily volume is in fact almost 30% of the market cap. 300% increase since the previous day. That is probably because of the Tim Draper announcement, endorsement, saying that it would help grow the Tezos ecosystem. This Tim Draper guy owns a huge venture capitalist firm. Take a look at it. It's always good for the cryptocurrency community in general that news like this are actually happening. Let's move on. Tezos has a market cap of about 5 billion at the moment, circulating supply of around 760 million XTZ. Now, interestingly enough, they don't have a market max supply, so this can be good, this can be bad, because a max supply indicates that there can be scarcity to a coin, which can automatically increase the price and allow for more gains. However, if you don't put a max supply, you allow for unlimited scalability of the coin, and I think this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make this real world use case, something usable in the future, and they're not too concerned about how far up the price will go. So it's a very good way of diluting inflation, basically, through using this non-specified max supply. Now, let's move on to the website. I'll give you a little bit of a background on Tezos. It's an open source, decentralized network for assets and building decentralized applications. They're growing by the day by engaging a global community of validators, researchers, developers, builders, reaping every single one of the benefits of an open source infrastructure. So, very interesting thing is that even on their website, they have an option to actually communicate with them and become one of the developers or one of the marketing specialists or managers or something to help out the Tezos ecosystem and benefit from their open source world. Not sure if they pay or not, but you can probably, yeah, but take a look at it. Something else that's very interesting is that Tezos actually opened with a record-breaking ICO or initial coin offering in 2018, securing over $200 million in Bitcoin and Ethereum in just under 2 weeks. So how this worked is people who wanted to invest in the project sent Bitcoin and Ethereum to the Tezos team. The Tezos team gave them back XTZ tokens, XTZ or Tezos tokens, in the value of this Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's pretty much how an ICO works. Now, a little bit about the technology. They say secure institutional grade smart contracts, state-of-the-art architecture, open participation, and incentive alignment. So their idea is to use this methodology in a lot of mission-critical environments, such as aerospace industry, nuclear industry, semiconductor industries, etc. Now, they're different from other blockchain networks because they don't use the simple proof of work or proof of stake networks. They use something known as a special liquid proof of stake mechanism that allows the community to vote on who will function as a delegated node, in quotations. So these delegating nodes or delegators are a step above everyone else in the hierarchy of the system, and they have the ability to approve blocks, add transactions, and have a few more rights and responsibilities in the network. The best part is anyone can become a delegator for free. All you needed to do is gain respect from the community. Now, to be able to participate in this voting process, you have to stake XTZ in a network wallet. This is simple. You stake the XTZ, you get a reward for staking it. It's pretty much like investing your money into a fund or something and having a guaranteed return with a very minimal risk. So you stake it, you help transactions to be validified. And this whole process is called baking in the ecosystem. And the more XTZ you bake, the better chances you get to get added to the next block and ultimately get more respect on the whole platform. Something else interesting that we can see right here is the Tezos Foundation website. This is also part of them. You can see the section of industry adoption. they support companies and institutions that create products on the Tezos protocol. So they're focusing on a lot of different use cases: digital securities, payments, digital currencies, decentralized finance, of course, such as a lot of other cryptocurrencies, and other areas including gaming, sports, media, supply chain, etc. Some of the most interesting collaborations they've had recently, the leading property developer in Manchester, Alliance, has announced that it's tokenizing £500 million of UK real estate together with the digital securities advisory Megalodon for its first digital security project, the River Plaza in central Manchester. So they're actually using cryptocurrencies for a real world case, a real world scenario, which is something tremendous. You can take a look at a lot of these other different things they've done. Tezos really is a robust project, and I have pretty good hopes for it in the future. Now, we're going to move on, take a little look at the technicals, and come up with a little price prediction. So I'll be right back. So first we can take a look on the weekly time frame, as there's quite a lot of information on this coin. We can see the plunge, the dip of March 2020 due to the coronavirus pandemic. We can see an important zone. Somebody's honking outside incredibly. I hope you don't hear that. You can see an important zone. Right here, you can see a very nice consolidation in price, an indecision in the buyers and sellers. They didn't know what to do, so the price was kind of sticking around 2.1, around the $2 mark. Sellers trying to sell, buyers trying to buy, so that's kind of a consolidation, after which a huge uptrend began, ending with this recent Tim Draper announcement. Now, moving on to the daily time frame, we can see just how insane this actual increase is. This happens on a daily basis in cryptocurrencies, and we can take a better look at this zone right here, which I've plotted because we can see that it bounced very significantly off of it around the $4.5 mark, and then plummeted down in August or September of 2020. Now, why did this happen? I've already mentioned it probably in a previous video, but consumer confidence was increasing because there was supposed to be no more coronavirus. However, cases continued to appear, causing everything to kind of crash once again. So it was like a mini March of 2020. This is the consolidation we saw on the weekly time frame. We see a very nice area down here, sort of a price floor for the coin around the $1.5 mark. And after that, we can see an emerging uptrend. Now, we can see this one touch of this zone. We can see the zone broken out of a consolidation, very nice buying pressure right here. However, the price was simply too high at the moment in February of this year, and people wanted to take profits from this huge uptrend, this huge bullish momentum. So as the profits were being taken, as people were selling their coins, dropped the price down into the 3-point-something dollar mark, creating another quite important zone. So we can plot this right here. Currently, the price is sitting at $6.36, and we can notice something very interesting if we move on to a little bit lower of a time frame. I might even move on to the 1 hour time frame just to show you what I mean. The more you move down on time frames, the more you can spot these sort of lower areas that are important. However, the most important ones are the ones that we can see on the daily or weekly time frames. So you see this zone right here that we actually saw on the daily time frame. You can see that it has significantly more touches when looking at the 1 hour time frame, just telling us how important this zone of around $4.5 actually is. Now, after this exponential move up on top, we could see something that resembles sort of a bull flag formation. However, this is not an indicator that I like to trade upon, because simply after an increase in price this big and a reach for a new all-time high, there must be a correction, right? There must be a price correction. However, the bulls are still in control currently. We have sort of a consolidation, so we're going to see what happens. I would take this coin into a Fibonacci sort of retracement, so we can take a look at the previous one. We can see that it's sort of from this hit into this level of support down below, it respected the 61% Fibonacci pretty much, and then continued rising up higher. So I would take this as quite an important indicator. I use it sometimes to help me base my trades and find a good entry point. So this coin is at a new all-time high level. I can see it dropping down, making a little dip, either into this support or into the Fibonacci level, which we can see right about here, which does indicate actually quite a zone now that I look at it. We can see this zone right here. Very interesting one. Coincides with the 61% Fibonacci level. This was the previous all-time high. So looking at it from here, we can see the coin retracing back into this area and then moving more in a bullish, continuing the bullish uptrend, moving for a new all-time high. Potentially, in case there is less consumer confidence, in case people take out profits too strongly, bad news comes out, or Bitcoin comes correcting once again, we could see the coin dipping down, finding minor support down here, but dipping under it, hitting this level of resistance, of support, down below, and then potentially consolidating and making a reversal back into this zone and reaching for a new all-time high. So that's kind of where I see this coin. It's up in the long term. Looking on the daily chart, we can see small consolidation. We can see how small this move actually looks. However, in the long term, I can see this coin reaching definitely above $8 by the end of the year. So thank you guys for joining in for another video. I hope this one wasn't too long. Let me know if you enjoy it down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.